Hey, it's Mr. Keys, and in this video, we're going to arrange our mashup. So everything's set up. We have our markers, we have our instrumental, we have our 7 acapellas that we're going to be using. And so what we're going to do is we're going to grab all the acapellas and we're going to drag them way, way, way over. And I'm going to keep going because sometimes I'm going to need to make copies of them. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to fill out our intro first. And so what I'm going to do is look for a song that has an intro. And one of them that definitely has an intro is Diamonds. Now we can copy this region by holding Option, clicking and dragging. And we're going to copy the entire thing. But really, I just want the intro. So you'll see exactly why I copied the entire thing in a second. All right, so let's unmute this and let's play it.
Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright.
Okay, so that's okay. So I'm going to press Command T to split and get rid of the rest of it. So that's going to be my intro. Okay, just Rihanna. And now we're going to go to the next 4 bars. So we're going to take this 4 bars at a time. All my sections are 8 bars except for the intro. So you can see the verse is 2 sections of 4 bars. The pre-chorus is the same thing, 2 sections of 4 bars, and so on and so forth. So we're going to fill it up and kind of alternate between different songs as we go through. So intro's done. Let's see. Maybe I'm going to start the song with Hands to Myself. Now, what I recommend is when you are doing this, every time you reposition something, go down here to Actions and hit Adapt Region to Tempo. That way you know for sure that beat 1 is lined up, just in case you drag it in wrong. Okay, so let's get rid of this. Okay, so I want Hands to Myself. I think it's like this. Okay, so see when I dragged everything, it looks like it's not correct. So let's hit that. And yet, sure enough, there's a little bit, just a little bit off here. So I'm just going to trim this little section. That way everything lines up with the bars. Okay, so let's take a look at the intro and into this song.
Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Can't keep my hands to myself. No matter how hard I'm trying to.
Sounds good so far.
I want you all to myself.
Okay, so I'm going to trim this right there. Because that's going to be my 4 bars. I don't want to trim right here because then it's going to cut it right when she's singing. And we don't usually want to do that. So it's just going to be a tiny, tiny bit longer, and that's fine. We're going to have another song that's going to start for this next 4 bar section. So let's go back into our songs. And maybe we'll take Burn by Ellie Goulding and just drag that over and then zoom back in. Okay, and so let's unmute this. And we'll mute these for now just because it's going to distract us if we don't. Okay, and I'll just move this over. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so let's do this again. Okay, so move it back this way. Adapt.
You don't have to worry about nothing.
Now this song is significantly louder, so I'm going to pull the volume down, and we'll go through and mix everything a little bit later.
You don't have to worry about nothing.
Just going to trim this so that if I need to move it, it's very easy to move. Okay.
You don't have to worry about nothing. We got the fire, and we burning one hell of a something.
Okay, so she kind of finishes just before 13, so I don't want to have this next word here, so I'm going to chop this right here and get rid of the rest. And this is kind of how we're going to progress through our song. So let's listen to what we have so far. Let's unmute.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Okay, this seems a little off, so let me just do this.
Shine bright like a diamond. Can't keep my hands to myself. No matter how hard I'm trying to. I want you all to myself.
Now, I don't like how this kind of comes in so aggressively. So what we're going to do, pull this in a little bit, and we're going to use a special tool called the fade tool. And it's right here. You can get a shortcut for that by pressing T, and then it brings up this menu. And then fade is A. And what we're going to do is we're going to make it gradually come in. So we click on the end of this region and drag in, and it creates this fade region. If you want to remove it, you can right click on it and say remove fade, but we do want it to come in. So let's take a listen here. So that's so much less aggressive.
We got the fire, and we burning one hell of a something.
Okay, so now we get to the pre-chorus. So what I'm trying to do essentially is I'm trying to take the sections from these songs. So let's see if maybe a song has a pre-chorus, or maybe we can just use a verse that sounds maybe a little bit more upbeat. So the energy level is rising, and it's going to be the highest in the tag. So we want everything to be kind of really explosive there. So let's go through and find another song. Let's use Tory Lanez. So let's grab him, and let's zoom back in. Let's see how this works here.
We are sip the Henny for the day, baby. Bad man, we no stray, baby. Oops, I done fell for your way, baby. I know, girl, but we are the first.
Okay, so you know what? I don't want those first 4 bars. I'm going to take it from here. Okay, so I'll take it just, I'll take this entire bar, and then I'll trim it. So let's move that over. And because we took 1 extra bar, it's going to start a little bit earlier. Okay, so let's see what we need from here. Okay, so actually that doesn't sound too bad, that extra line right there, because Ellie is not singing right here. We got to pull down the volume a little bit though.
And we burning one hell of a something.
I know, girl, but I know from the first time I seen your love, you got me, baby. Even though, girl, I know that I will fall for you. You got to know that everyone falls. Oops.
Okay, so I'm just going to take it to the end of falls, which is right here. I'll even take the next word, oops, and we'll do another, so press T and then A to get to the fade tool, and we'll just fade it out. Okay, so here's what the end of that sounds like.
Even though, girl, I know that I will fall for you. You got to know that everyone falls.
Okay, so now we need another song to kind of round out our pre-chorus, and let's go back and grab something. Let's see what we haven't used. We haven't used Amnesia or this song down here. Okay, I'm going to save this song for a little bit later. Let's see Amnesia. Okay, and let's unmute it. And I will mute all these tracks because I don't want to hear them right now. Okay, there we go. All right, and this one as well, just mute that. So let's click on here and let's change this so that it lines up nicely.
Drove by all the places you used to hang out getting wasted.
Okay, I'm just gonna move it down.
I drove by all the places you used to hang out, get those words that hurt you. Do you read the ones I wrote you? Sometimes I start to wonder, was it just a lie? If what we had was real, how could you be fine?
Okay, so I kind of like that part where he says sometimes.
The ones I wrote you.
Okay, so I'm gonna take this bar right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll just take to the end of this bar. So I'll take these 6 bars. And remember, so it's going to start 1 bar early. Here's our grouping of 4 bars. So here's our next 4 bars. So I have 1 extra bar here. Let's listen. And let's unmute everything so that we can kind of hear what things sound like. Perfect. Okay, and we'll just do a little dip in. And this one is pretty soft, so I'll pull up the volume.
If what we had was real, how could you be fine?
Okay, so we don't need that extra bit right there. because we want the chorus of whatever song is going to come next to start right away. And they have that little extra bar. Okay, so here's what we have so far.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Pull this one up a little bit more.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Can't keep my hands to myself. No matter how hard I'm trying to, I want you all to myself.
You don't have to worry about nothing. 'Cause we got the fire, and we burning one hell of a something.
I know, girl, but and I know from the first time I see your love, you got me, baby. Even though, girl, I know that I will fall for you. You got to know that everyone's
Sometimes I start to wonder, was it just a lie? If what we had was real, how could you be fine?
Okay, so sounding pretty good. Let's grab The Weeknd maybe, and let's see what he has to say. Okay, so I didn't zoom out enough. Let's pull this in, make a copy. And now I know this song lines up right at the beginning, so it might be okay. This might be the chorus actually for the song. Okay, so still building a little bit, so I don't feel like it's ready for the chorus just yet. So I'll pull that down, and I know it's off by 1 bar. So let's see what's here. You know what? I don't like using this song right now, but I do want to use the chorus. So for the tag, so let's pull that in, and let's chop it there. So right here. Okay, so now it's not lined up. Double click, do this action. There we go. Okay, and I'll chop it right there. And that's all I'll take for the chorus. Okay. And so now we still got to fill in this chorus, the actual chorus right here. And so let's, I don't know, maybe we'll go back to Diamonds. Okay, and let's check out where the chorus actually is for the song. So yeah, you have to kind of do a lot of searching as you're trying to find different sections. So it kind of makes it a little tedious, but it's definitely worth in the end. So Diamonds. Why is Amnesia up here? Okay, something is wrong. Okay, and let's line this back up. So something must have happened. Okay, anyways, there we go. Let's line Diamonds up. Okay, so I kind of want to get a little bit of the stuff before. So Shine starts right around there. Let's chop that. And let's do a fade in. So TA. Okay. Well, this is really soft. So I think my fade is a little too long. So I'm going to go back and just make it a little shorter. And let's do a fade out for this one. You know what? I'm going to let this one go for the entire chorus.
We're beautiful.
Okay, I'm going to chop this right here just so that I get The Weeknd, and that's it. So I'm using 8 bars for this section. Well, mostly, almost. All right, so that's the idea of how to make a mashup, basically taking different sections from each song and putting it together. And obviously there's more creative things that we can do, and we'll take a look at that in another video. Hope this helps.